guys, welcome back to my channel. I am coming at you from my kitchen. Today's vlog is going to be kind of like a day in the life of a virtual nursing student. I have my pathophysiology quiz today as well as lecture afterwards, so we're going to kind of go through how I prepare for that, what I do while I'm in class virtually, so you guys can kind of see what to expect from these virtual nursing student classes. So I just wanted to show you the state of my home right now. Oh my gosh. Everything feels so messy and scattered. Ugh. But when you're going to school virtually and you're home, 90% of the time, the house just kind of comes second. I'm getting ready to make my second cup of coffee, so I thought I'd show you guys this again. I'm probably going to be switching up my coffee soon because I'm getting a little tired of this, but lately I've just been doing heavy whipping cream, the vanilla sweetener drops, and some cinnamon, and I just kind of froth that all together with my milk frother, and it just kind of makes it more of a latte consistency. Also check out the OOTD of virtual nursing student. Tie-dye sweatshirt, sweatpants, slippers, all comfy. We do not have to be in our uniform scrubs for online lecture, thank God. This poor little guy started coughing yesterday. So I think he might have kennel cough. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's kind of like a virus, like humans get the flu, but they call it kennel cough because they often get it from like boarding and grooming and daycares, where a lot of dogs are gathered together, where they're not socially distanced. And he just doesn't quite seem like himself this morning. So I think he's gonna need a rest day. Right, Bubs? Are you feeling okay? This is one of the places that I study. We're in my living room, sitting on the couch. I have this ottoman in front of me that I can put some of my stuff on. Sometimes I just like to feel cozy while I'm studying. I know it's a little bit more effective to be sitting at a desk, but sometimes you just gotta be cozy when you're going through this stuff. So I will gather everything that I need for the day, and it's pretty much everything that I have laid out here. I have my backpack with a lot more stuff in it. Then I have my skills bag, which sometimes I need, probably not today, but I thought I would grab it just in case. These are most of my books. Of course, I have my planner. If you guys watched my last video on the 12 things that I learned in the first 12 months of nursing school, you know that I highly recommend having a planner, so go check that one out. I'll put a little thing up here for you. Anyway, I gather all my stuff. This is all the stuff that you need for just 2 nursing classes. Just 2. All of this stuff. So we're going to spend some time this morning reviewing what we have a quiz on today in pathophysiology. I know that's going to be primarily respiratory system focused, so I'm going to go back through and read some of my chapter summaries, and then I'm going to go back through my notes. And then I will take a break before class just to kind of give my brain a break so that I can do much better on this quiz. Okay, I've got my laptop going so I can pull all my course shell information up on the Chamberlain website. And then here's a closer look at all the books. We are going to be starting with this one shoved in the middle, Pathophysiology. All right, you guys, I did my review for the integumentary system. So it was focused mainly on skin and different lesions and rashes and how to identify all that. So I read my chapter summary, reviewed my notes. I did a couple practice questions. So I'm going to take a quick break now. Giving my brain a break is really important. So today, since I'm just kind of feeling a little bit overwhelmed with everything going on with school and life right now, I just studied for 30 minutes, and I'm probably going to take about a 20-minute break in between. really, really important to do, especially on those days where you feel like your mind is focused somewhere else. You need to do it in shorter spurts. I'm gonna take a quick walk with the dogs. For those of you that don't follow me over on Instagram, I shared this morning that my PATHO grade went from an A- to a C overnight based off of one assignment that I got 25 out of 50 points for. So that hit me really hard this morning. So it's been on my mind a lot. So I'm having a little bit harder time concentrating today, thinking about what I'm gonna do differently and how I'm gonna pull my grade back up. So that's on my mind a lot. So I know that I need to do a little bit different of a study method today. It's snowing today. This ought to be an interesting walk. Here you go, buddy. Guys, ready? Go ahead. Bye. Reviewing for the PATHO quiz. I went through all of my notes, did some of the online course shell work, so I'm feeling pretty good about it. And I have an update on my PATHO grade. I did talk to my professor, and it is 100% my fault that I failed that assignment. I completely missed one of the ATI modules that was part of the assignment, so I was missing a whole section of the assignment. So ultimately, that's why I failed it. He did say that the parts that I turned in were good, so at least I have that going for me. But I am going to complete that part of the assignment that I missed, just because I feel like it's important for me to do, and it's just part of my integrity as the student that I want to be. So when you fail an assignment, it sucks, especially if you feel like you tried really hard and did the best that you could. It sucks. So I think the best way to handle it, give yourself some time to feel however you want to feel about it, but then you need to sit down and you need to figure out what you did wrong, and then you need to figure out a plan so that doesn't happen in the future. So this is my plan. I've come to terms with failing it. It doesn't mean that I'm going to fail the course. I still have 4 weeks worth of assignments to be able to bring up my grade. So I am just accepting it. I'm taking the lesson learned, and I am moving on. So to avoid this from happening in the future, on my cheat sheet that I keep inside my planner, that I keep all of my due dates on, I'm actually going to write out each part of the assignment to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So in the future, I'm going to not only have which assignment, when it's due, but if there are multiple parts of that assignment, I'm also going to be able to see those as well. So I think that's going to save me from missing anything like this in the future. Wow, look how much more snow we have than when we went on our walk. You can't even see our footprints anymore. This is the most snow that we've had all year, and it's almost the end of January. It's weird. For those of you wondering, I live outside of St. Louis on the Illinois side of the metro area. All right, so I'm gonna have some lunch before my quiz because you never want to take a quiz on an empty stomach. Trust me, it is so distracting. You will not do well if your stomach is growling. So what I've been doing for lunch when I have been home is I've just been making like a protein shake. So what I have in here is frozen strawberries and bananas in the bottom, and then unsweetened vanilla almond milk, and then a scoop of like a plant-based protein powder. And then I'll thin this out with like just a little bit of water, so it keeps me full for a really long time. And it's super fast because I just do not have a ton of time to make a big lunch. All right, it is about 10 till 1, so it's time for me to head back into the office where it's going to be quiet and I can shut out the dogs or any other distractions, and get ready for my quiz. I have a really good office set up back here. Of course, it's messy, but we dedicated just one of our spare bedrooms to our office, and I can close the door. It's quiet. It's in the back of the house, so it's a really good spot to take my quizzes. So a few minutes before class starts, I will come back here and I won't review any more information. I will actually just sit back here and take a couple of deep breaths, kind of do a little bit of my own meditation that I've developed over the past year, just to get in the right mindset to take your exam. And that might sound, I don't know, kind of extra to some people. I know there's some people that can just sit down and start their exams right away, no problem, but for me, I just need to get in the right headspace, so I take about 10 minutes before class to do this. So I have a really nice vibe in here. You know, I have my salt lamp and my candle and a little bit of green, but you have to have your desk cleared off of any notes or anything like that. Most of the time you can have a piece of scratch paper, but it's kind of a process to do when you're doing virtual classes. So I just generally just try to keep my space clear, and this is what it looks like when I take my tests at home. So it's just another thing that I really recommend doing, especially if you're taking these quizzes at home. There's a lot of distractions that can come up really easily, noises in the house, or those guys, or maybe you have kids. So set yourself up for success. Give yourself that quiet space and give yourself that time to get in the right mindset. Repeating to myself some self-affirmations that I'm good enough, that I know this material, that I've studied enough, and that I'm good enough, that I'm going to be a good nurse. I say that in between taking deep breaths. It calms my mind, and I go into taking these quizzes and exams with zero anxiety in my heart, and I really think that that helps a lot. Okay, so the quiz went well. There were a couple questions on there, particularly like the multiple answer questions, that tripped me up a little bit. I certainly don't think that I failed. I don't know that I aced it, but I'm somewhere in between, and that's okay with me. We're just about done with our 3.5 hour lecture today for pathophysiology, so I am going to close out today's vlog. After one of these long lectures, I will generally not do anything. It is so much information, so it's totally fine just to close everything down for the day and just kind of let it all sink in. So that is what I'm going to do. I will cook dinner for my family and then just enjoy my evening. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. If you have any tips that you've learned from when you've been a virtual nursing student, let everyone know in the comments below, because we are all in this together. This virtual nursing school is a really big challenge, especially if you're someone that is a visual learner, you're hands-on. It can be really challenging. So you guys hang in there. We're gonna make it. We're gonna be awesome nurses. So I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for joining me again. Bye.